So you ain't gonna believe this, but this one time at band camp,
Paying too much for trucking insurance? What if you could save more by making one simple phone call and keep more profit? You could very well do just that with one simple call to Seabright Agency, 800-366-6466. Call now.
Now here's a question that all owner-operators and small fleet owners should consider. What happens when you access the unrivaled advantages that are available through the ES Advantage program? We asked Jeff and Charlie from Contractors Corner to share their thoughts on how they've been able to utilize the discounts and services that are a part of the ES Advantage.
So we started looking for a way to save money on fuel. And we were turned on to the ES Advantage program for fuel first. And so we got a hold of Jeff Reese, and he ran us through that program. And man, we were starting to save. And then we started talking to them. Well, we saw their website, and we said, Jeff, what's this thing about insurance and accounting and
right.
You lease trucks? What?
Right, and that's the thing, is we only knew it as a fuel card. And when we started digging deeper, I mean, we ended up getting hooked up with an insurance provider, Seabright Agency, and they created an entire insurance program just for us and our people. And from that, we've learned that, now there's even more potential. There's a greater opportunity, and it's completely opened up our eyes and broadened our vision into what it is we're trying to do, which is help people do better. Wrapped with the ES community just makes that process so much easier.
Now, if you're an owner-operator or small fleet owner and you would like to learn more about how you can drive savings to the bottom line of your business, the ES Advantage program has the discounts and services that deliver the kind of unrivaled advantages that are designed to help you improve your overall operation. Get connected with the ES Advantage today.
And then the band camp guy threw me out. Can you believe that? Oh, hey, Jeff.
And that's why Charlie doesn't wear flip-flops anymore.
Right? What's going on, man?
It's a day, bro.
Dude, I'm so over the week. I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out how not to go to work on. Dude, this is perfect. Your head is right on the shoulders of the cartoon guy below you. I mean, perfectly.
You're almost there.
And oh my God, wait.
It's like the old West things at the amusement park, man.
Right? Dude, that was not intentional. That is great.
So, Charlie, I've got a ton of jokes about retired people.
Yeah.
But none of them work.
That was great. Oh, man. Tim, I know you want the old music back. I told you, we don't own it, and I don't like playing it without owning it. So the one that's playing, we own. But if you want to convince the person that owns that on the YouTube Studios music thing, and you want to, buy that and gift it to us, by all means, I will play that song at the start of every show from that point forward.
Yeah, because they could pull that from us at any time.
Yeah, it can just be removed. And yeah, I know, right, Ida? Isn't that weird? Or were you talking about his joke? Whatever. I don't even care. I don't want to work Friday. I think I have to, but I don't want to. So it was weird.
I'm not even seeing chat, man.
Really?
I see private chat, and that's it.
Oh.
There we go. I figured it out.
Okay. I did something weird when I set up our studio today, and Jeff couldn't actually get to the studio without me sending him an invite. Yeah, it's baffling. So we're trying to close on my mom's house. Friday. They want it definitely closed by Tuesday. And
Right. So they hit
have
the
to
number
set up
for
a
the month.
notary for me. They're actually going through the process of setting a notary up for me to sign everything from Florida for the Florida house sale or the Oregon house sale. And yeah, it's like a whole thing. Yeah. Because I have to. I'm actually selling it as the POA.
Right.
And basically, we're moving it to another family member so that it doesn't get stolen.
Who's the title company?
I don't know. Someplace in Salem.
Because whenever I do that sort of stuff, I just take it to my bank, they notarize it, and then I FedEx it back to the title company.
Yeah. So they're even like, okay, if you know where you're going to be on the road one day, we'll send someone to you. They're like, we will send someone to a truck stop if that's what you need us to do. It was hilarious. T-Bone said, Jeff, did you know that the capital of Ireland is growing at an alarming rate? In fact, it's Dublin.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, TK. So weird things. Trucker Tim was first. And then Ida was second. And Sean was third. So odd. Good for y'all. I threw everybody off, man. I didn't put anything up till like 5:30.
Huh.
Never did get my nap, Jeff. I hope you did.
I did not.
I was jumping out of my butt.
I decided to drive another hour. Which puts me in Utah, Alabama.
That makes perfect sense.
Spelled E-U-T-A-W.
Yeah.
Utah.
Hey, DJ. I'm trying to read chat. I apologize for the quiet air. There's been like all kinds. I keep trying to drag and I need to scroll. Like, I can't even remember how to work things right now. It's funny. That's funny. Tim said he put a Facebook post up today talking about that his fuel surcharge is paying him more than he made as a company driver.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah. Weather in Florida was nice today. I don't know what the high was. It's like 70 right now. There's a lot. If I miss something, y'all want to throw it back up there, please do, because reading, it's not my friend. Yeah, I hear you, Tim. Tim's losing weight. 2 hard-boiled eggs for breakfast. Then he's having a salad, no salad dressing, with 2 hard-boiled eggs for supper. That kind of sounds like starving to me. It works, man. Whatever. Just be careful. You could lose energy level.
Yeah, every once in a while, I comes across my Facebook feed. What's the fastest way you've ever lost weight? And I'm like, influenza.
COVID.
Being sick, man. That's because you don't eat.
We were in bed, 15 days, 20 days, some ridiculous number, like thought we were dying for real. It was nuts.
Yep.
Crawling to their bathrooms. Thank God we had someone taking care of us. Our son stepped up. He's the one that kept checking on us. Never caught it, though, so that was good. Well, he didn't then. Anyhow, weird stories, y'all. Strange things that we deal with, Jeff.
Yeah.
This was your brainstorm. Just saying. I went with it. I don't really know where to go with it. But
so my idea is weird stuff that truckers experience but don't talk about. And I was going to start it off with.
Yep, do it.
When you're getting out your truck and you fart and you end up in your own cloud when you go down the steps.
This is a real thing. I don't care what anybody says.
It happens and nobody talks about it.
And it's usually when you're at that moment when you're like stepping out because you got to hit the head. You dig?
So it's a questionable.
Right? On
Yep.
top of everything else, you're like, oh God, don't slip. Anyhow, that was a good one. I don't even know how to go from there to anywhere else, Jeff. That's fantastic. But if you guys got weird stories or weird things that we encounter but don't necessarily talk about, that's where we're going, y'all. I'm just saying, because I keep wanting to move myself over here.
Well, one of the cool things, Charlie, that us over the road guys especially experience that most people that live in cities have never experienced is seeing a shooting star in all of its glory.
Right.
Coming down like a big ball of fire. Like, I kid you not, some of them look like they're this big when you're out there where there's no ambient light. It's amazing.
Yeah. Rosie gets to see all those. She tells me about them afterwards, and I'm like, that would have been awesome. I didn't get to see it, but I remember from back in the day. That was awesome. Charlie seen the Boogie Rabbit? What? No. What? Explain. Kaz, speak. I think you guys should get on the video and come tell these stories.
I'm so tired right now that I'm about ready to start talking to my puka.
Oh Jesus.
You don't know what a puka is, do you?
No, you guys are screwing with me.
Think of an imaginary friend, but for an adult. Usually a giant bunny rabbit.
Hmm.
Did you ever see Donnie Darko?
Nope.
Giant bunny rabbit?
Nope.
Oh,
I do T-bone. I duck under most bridges. I don't understand it. Sometimes I dodge moths. That bothers me because most of the time I find it cool when I don't dodge them.
Tim, I'll be honest, I actually forgot completely about 3-Eye Atlas until I started seeing stuff on Facebook about how it was an alien spacecraft and it was going to land on Earth soon. So I looked up the position of it, and this was a couple of weeks ago, and it was already on its way out of the solar system and past Saturn. So I'm just saying, those people are nuts. Yeah, I heard that there was a heck of a show, though, if you're in the right place.
Yeah, and they'd hear your stupid accent too, Kaz. I mean, I'm sorry. That was not right. T-Bone told me to say it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Making friends everywhere I go. Using the primitive rest area in Utah in the middle of the night. I don't like this story already. No lights, and unknowingly hover over a toilet that is just a hole in the ground until the cold draft hits you in the hind parts. Yes.
Yep.
There is one of those way out. Oh God. and it makes noise on the right windy nights. They hum and whistle at you, and it's like voices coming out of the hole. Just saying. Yeah, it's scary. Cat said he didn't have the accent. I have the accent. I still love you, man. It's okay. Not like that way.
T-Bone says that he's dodged a leaf before it was coming right at him.
Right.
Oh, it won't let me click on comments either. Oh,
jeez.
I can't do anything, Charlie. I'm useless.
Blackbeard talking about the black dog. That's all I gotta say, dude. Yeah.
Matt Nissen. So
the twins comment. Oh, Matt Nissen.
Yeah, he walked to a restroom area one night, and Yogi was right around the corner, 50 yards.
Oh God. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Did you guys hug?
That would have been awesome. Said got a picture of him, her, it. They, them, we, what? I don't think bears have pronouns that they demand people use.
Kez says he thinks they're adding too many drivers too fast to the board. You talk about the percentage board or the regular board? Because what they say in their live last week, only 7 people have dropped out.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right. I do believe somebody recently had to be
Removed.
something like that. They were doing weird thing. Yeah, he said the percentage board. Yeah, no doubt the bear was probably afraid of Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, the Black Widows. Stop talking about, don't talk about spiders. No.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Okay. Did y'all hear that Chuck Norris is going to be residing over his eulogy and funeral?
Yeah. First
Just
person
saying.
in history.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Why, Kaz? What do you think? What's wrong with it? Because most people I'm talking to on it are just smoking it.
Yeah.
And
It's definitely a different
they're
business
adding
model.
good stuff. What's that?
It's definitely a different business model, though.
Right.
You got to stop chasing those miles and look at the revenue.
Exactly, DJ. The boogeyman checks under his bed for Chuck Norris before he goes to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and absolutely, T-Bone. You know that he did. He drove himself to the funeral. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I saw one on the flat Earth discussion group that I'm involved in. That if the Earth was flat, Chuck Norris would have roundhouse kicked all y'all off the edge a long time ago.
Right? Also heard he didn't die. I was just tired of kicking ass on Earth. I like the one you were telling me about, Jeff. I was telling Rosie about that, and she enjoyed that one as well. The every 86-year thing.
Oh yeah, Chuck Norris isn't dead. He's an eternal, and he has to regenerate every 86 years. So right around 2050, you'll see Norris Chuckman be a big thing in Hollywood.
Right? He's the new Grim Reaper after defeating the Grim Reaper. Oh man, I was so bummed. And I look, I keep telling people I refuse to believe it. So I'm going with Jeff's version of things. And I'm going to see if I can't hang out till 2050. Because I want to see Norris Chuckman or whatever it is.
It's only another 24 years, man.
Right?
We'll be what? Mid-70s?
Might as well be 1,000 for me. Oh God, Ida. You know, you should always, when you play golf, you should always wear 2 pair of pants. You might get a hole in one. Oh, you are beautiful. Don't know how the same load is on the board, goes away, then comes back and goes away again and comes back. Because they may have tried planning it on somebody who rejected it, or they decided they couldn't run it or something like that, and it would be repopulated then.
Yeah.
So Chuck Norris had 2 massive, I mean, and they literally, it's not a joke. Like they said, he had 2 massive heart attacks in Vegas. I think it was back in 2017. And they said either one would have killed a man half his age without even anybody thinking about it. Both of them stopped his heart and made him quit breathing. He had to be brought back twice. The first time was either on the floor where he's at in Vegas. It was in Pahrump, I think, or something like that. And the second one was in the ER. And then they life flighted him somewhere else. And I mean, dude, just saying, that's crazy. So
yeah,
you know,
he didn't really start showing his age until the last couple of years.
Right.
He still looked like he was in his late 50s, early 60s there for a while.
Yeah. Oh, aneurysm. No, I could see that being like a real thing.
So,
Brain or aortic.
Kaz, the one thing that I would look at too, are you sure that the trip numbers are the same? Because that's one of the things that they were telling us about before they coded it and everything, was how the loads come in at a given shipper throughout the day too. So is it the same load, or is it same customer but different load?
Yeah, we do have a lot of customers that do the same thing. Check the load number, trip number, whatever you want to call it. Does Swift still haul cadavers? I remember that. I doubt it. I don't know, but I doubt it. I've never heard of it. Yeah, I don't know. That would be weird. Interesting. Do they keep them in a reefer? Is that?
That'd be a reefer, yeah.
That's baffling. How far were they hauling them? We still got Keith Richards, right? That guy. How is he alive? At least Chuck Norris was like a healthy dude, you know, his whole life, pretty much.
Well, you know, someone mentioned, I was involved in a discussion, you know, what celebrities hit you the hardest, and I'm not a celebrity kind of person, right? So I'm like, you know, Robin Williams, Chuck Norris,
right.
And a lot of guys are saying Ozzy, and someone responded directly to me when I said Robin Williams. They said Ozzy was the big one for them. You know what, Charlie? Honestly, I'm just glad Ozzy was around as long as he was.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, for real. I don't know how many times he died in an ER.
Oh.
Or like a green room, or on stage. I you know. Keith outlived Chuck and Betty. That's funny. But Betty White hit 100 though.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did she hit 101? I can't remember. Oh, yeah. Keeping bodies in New York for the COVID stuff. That was gross. Just saying. Makes sense, though. I wonder what temps they kept him at. Is that weird question?
Betty White was born in 1922 and died in 2021.
Oh.
So just shy of 100 years.
Oh, man. Yeah, there you go, Tim. Said she was a month away from her 100th.
Less than that. Born January 17th, died December 31st.
Oh, dang.
So 2 weeks.
So close.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's crazy, DJ. Said he remembers talking to a Swift driver in Ontario, California, coming out of LA, hauling cadavers, people that had donated their bodies to science. Were they using them in crash tests with Swift trucks? That's not nice. Jeff, why did you do that? Why?
I'm too tired to even know what you're talking about, bro.
Right. 18 degrees, Matt said. Oh, man. That is fabulous to know. I just don't even know why I want to know that, but now I feel like I know something.
New achievement.
Right? By the way, Jeff and I are on a new book series. If we haven't talked about it yet,
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yes. Oh my God. Love that book. Those books, rather. I'm on the third. Just started the third one, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm on the fourth right now.
Ida said she hauled a cadaver. It was LTL.
I don't know, T-Bone, how many cadavers can fit under a bridge? That sounds like a joke. We might have to.
There's no control today. Jeff and I are both tired, and the viewers are going to run them up.
I've been sick, so I went all weekend without a load. I didn't pick up another load until today. Man, I've been sick as a dog though, so I was kind of glad for it.
Yeah.
I basically slept all weekend.
DJ said, Ida, at least your passengers couldn't complain about the driving. Ain't that the truth? I mean, Ida's a fabulous driver.
That's not what you were saying yesterday.
Shut up, Jeff. God. We have private conversations, Jeff. Hey, Mike. I have that book series in my lineup now, by the way. 1 second after. So that's in the line.
Oh, that was that one you were talking about.
Yeah. Actually had several people recommend it now. And Carl one as well. Dungeon Crawler Carl. And so yeah, I just picked the Carl one because it was the first one that I found out of the two. But that's why I'm on it. That and Jeff was reading it or listening to it, so I had to just go there because otherwise he would have just ruined it for me, I'm sure. Not really. I did sign up for 10-4 WEX to save money on fuel. Haven't been home to get my ES card. Okay, sweet. Don't have to stop to feed them or let them use the restroom. Right, DJ? I mean, there's a lot of pluses to hauling cadavers, I reckon.
Yeah.
But what happens when that Swift truck rolls and that reefer breaks open? And can you imagine the headlines? Because they would say that the Swift driver was at fault, whether he was or not, and that he killed all those people.
That would definitely make it on Swifty Swift.
Right. But they would absolutely say he killed them all. Just saying, he or she. Fuel is supposed to start dropping tomorrow. That sounds terrible.
It's good for the economy.
Yeah.
You gotta start thinking about people other than yourself there, Charlie.
Whatever, dude. It jumped 0.304 cents this week. I ain't mad. 5.37 or 5.375 at that. California's up to 6.870 as an average. The West Coast Pad 5 is 6.310. The West Coast minus California is 5.826, just saying. Yeah, everything else is right in that. Oh, God. Central Atlantic, 562.
By the way, guys,
go ahead.
I'm just going to mention this. If you're in our private Swift group, if someone asks a question and you have an answer, don't make it sound like you've got some sort of secret information that nobody else has.
Right.
Okay. We all, there was a question today on our group. How do you even know what the fuel surcharge is? And of course, it's in your contract, right? And someone else is like, well, according to my source, this is the national average. And I'm like, the source is EIA. Yeah, that text I sent you.
I didn't even see it. My bad. I didn't get caught up yet, Jeff.
Okay.
Don't yell.
Don't make it sound like you've got secret information. Give out the website. Give out the information, man. Help a guy become self-sufficient.
Yeah, you didn't send me a text, bro.
I did. I sent you many.
Well, I see the many from Samurai down. But you said you named a name. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
That's all you sent was that line. Just saying. So
yeah, I was trying. I was thinking that you would probably call me after that.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, it was. So, yeah, it's been a day, bro. Why are you yelling at me now?
See, he doesn't call me either, folks. I'm just saying.
Look, I multitask called the other day. Jeff and Craig had both called me, and I was like, "Watch this!" And I conferenced them together, knocked it out in one shot. It was awesome. Just saying. Sometimes you just got to do it. Chris, I didn't call Chris back this week.
I see that.
Oh, I'm laughing.
Ha ha.
Yeah.
So I had a conversation with a guy today too. So I'll reiterate too. If you get into a fender bender, or maybe 2 in a day,
Right?
your first phone call should be to Tony
Yes.
and let him tell you what to do. Yeah. If you get it, if you have the Seabright insurance and you get into a pickle, call Tony, and he will tell you exactly how to manage that claim, what to do, when to do it, who to call, all that stuff.
Yep.
It can save you a lot of money.
And a lot of time and headaches and
Yep.
I miss
T-Bone says that I made you dislocate your neck. Just look at you. Look at the screen, Charlie.
Right? That's about how it feels too most of the time. Ask Jeff, he'll tell you the way I cry about it. Jeff always answers his phone and text just saying, "Shut up, Chris. I'm gonna fight you, old man."
You know what though? I should not. And the reason is because, like, if you call me in the middle of the night and I'm sleeping, I will answer that phone. I need to go back to turning my phone off when I'm sleeping.
I have done that. My problem is I forget to turn off DND.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jeff blows up my phone all day. And I'm like, damn, it's been quiet today. And I look at my phone. He's called 3 times, sent me 14 text messages. Now he's questioning whether or not I'm still alive. Yeah. I'm like, oops. Not to mention all the other ones that are in there.
So for right now, Tim, I would say call Tony directly. You should all have his cell phone number. Our group is not large enough yet to where that's a problem. As it grows, we'll probably have to change that advice.
Yeah, don't call him in the middle of the night asking if you can get a different rate. I mean, we're talking about if you have an accident and need attention.
Yep.
He may or may not answer after 11, 12 p.m. his time, but he will probably call back at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
If that's the case, because the dude don't sleep.
They're just rolling in, Charlie.
Ida's killing us tonight. I had to really read that one. If you are born in a car and die outside, is it safe to say you are car-born, die outside? That's so hard to put together. Stop it. Nanu.
Yes. Oh, and of course, the most important news of the week, Charlie, the most important news in the universe right now.
Yes.
The new Star Trek show has been canceled.
I can't believe that, dude. I'm really actually bummed by that.
I'm not surprised.
No, people are haters.
It's not that. It's the ratings, bro.
Look, because people are haters.
No, out of 10 episodes, not a single one of them made the top 10 on the Nielsen ratings.
They should have waited till the second season to make the decision.
I think so
Season
too.
1 was a lot of character building.
I did not fully enjoy season 1. I did like the last 3 episodes, though.
Right.
The last 2 in particular. What about Todd?
T-Bone, are you speaking English? Are you drunk, sir? Don't make me call DOT on you. I'll call that DOT guy.
Hey, I actually got a personal response from him yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. He put up a post explaining what his channel is really all about.
Yes, that was a good post.
That was a good post. And I put up there, I read that in that DOT cop's voice. And he came back with, "That's awesome, man."
Right? Oh, geez. DJ, why'd the old man put his fishing rod in the oven? He wanted a hot rod.
Nice.
Oh, I don't know, Tim. I actually liked it. I mean, I liked it more than Jeff did. But I'm not, and I don't mean to say this a weird way, but I'm not like, the full elitist Star Trek dude. I mean, I grew up on Star Trek, but I like seeing the weird branches sometimes. Some of them don't work. I thought this one was cool. And I think the first season was a lot of character development. And that now, once they bounded those characters, I thought there was cool places that this show could actually go.
Yeah, I think it has potential. But, if you remember, hardly anybody liked the first season of The Next Generation or DS9.
We Todd did. Oh,
gotcha. I get it now.
damn you, T-Bone. That's not right, sir. You can't use language like that anymore.
So,
Everyone's canceled now for hearing it.
I did some interesting research this week, Charlie, talking about strange trucking stuff. So there is this racial slur that has come around
Gonna get
on the
canceled.
Facebooks to describe a certain demographic from, let's say, the Middle East. Those of you, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it because I don't like that sort of stuff. But I was interested to find out where this stupid racial slur came from.
Was it the Durka Durka one?
That's the one.
Oh, sorry.
You're a bad man, Charlie.
Just say it.
Yeah, so I looked it up. The very first instance of that term, Durka Durka, as Charlie already said it,
I was going to
was
say
actually on, are you ready for this? South Park in 2001. So South Park invented what has become a fairly common racial slur.
Crazy.
What do you think of that, Ida?
Good news is they're getting ready to shoot season 4 of Orville. I like that one.
Yes.
I just learned about that recently from Jeff.
And Firefly is coming back as an animated series.
Crazy.
And it sounds like they're going to retcon the movie.
Oh, way, way, way in the future.
After Discovery, Tim.
Yeah.
Which I think was their first mistake, but that's just me.
Go South Park. Oh, man, I'm going to have to sit down. I forgot to put my shoes on. I'm wearing my slippers. Killing my heels.
So another thing came up, guys. I'd like to get the group's perspective on this, maybe. It was put out there that perhaps diesel exhaust fluid is going to go up in price because of the conflict in Iran. Did you see that, Charlie?
Yeah.
I'm maintaining that I don't think so.
Okay.
And of course, the person's evidence, if you will, was a Google search. Okay. Apparently, according to the Google search, about half of urea comes out of the Middle East. But here's the thing. DEF is like way down on the list of things that urea is used for.
Right.
It's mostly used for fertilizer in agriculture. That's what urea is used for most commonly. And our DEF is largely produced right here in the United States. So I don't see that any type of gumming up of the Strait of Hormuz is really going to affect our DEF prices. I am keeping an eye on it, though. I mean, you guys remember when it was $1.25 a gallon everywhere?
That was nice.
And are you aware of why it skyrocketed to 468 basically overnight?
India.
Because India decided to stop selling urea to the United States because they are largely an agrarian society to this day. They're like, hey, you guys are using too much of our fertilizer for that stupid after treatment stuff. Stop it. We're not selling
They
to
don't
you.
like us.
So yeah, that's how that happened. Old woman in the chair is the lobster's brain. Okay.
DEF is still at $3.99 at the QTs. Just saying.
Is it? So yeah, according to this person, it's supposed to go up sometime later this week, and I don't know. I'll be looking for it. I'll be watching because it's maintained pretty steady. You know, the QTs have been the cheapest spot for the longest time.
Right.
And it's usually what, like $1 less than everywhere else for whatever reason. Don't care.
For a long time it was, yeah. They've slowly been going up. They were $3.49, then they hit $3.59, and it's been a progressive climb for the last probably 12 months, I think.
Yeah. So we've got two different discussions going on here. So this is kind of interesting.
Right.
Kaslin, why would Warren Buffett and Pilot be pushing lobster? And DJ, who eats death?
Right. I'm so confused by all of it.
See what the tired brain comes up with?
Right? Don't eat death. That stuff's bad. Just saying.
Oh, man, it's caustic, man.
I mean, you might want to eat lobster instead of death if that's your only choices. I don't like lobster either, but I think I would, you know, in the rankings of food choices would be lobster and then death below that for sure. I think that's it. Death kills trees. Ooh, that's good to know. Probably not good for the environment.
I've heard that, but I have to admit I haven't been interested enough to actually look up these studies.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those things to me, you know, there's things I could do something about and there's things I can't. I mean, if you got a newer truck, you got to have DEF.
Right.
So that's,
I wish they'd do away with it, though.
It would be nice. T-Bone can't hear us. He's asking, what about DEF? But on the lobsters, yeah, a lot of people on the East Coast won't eat them. You know what's interesting about lobster, Charlie, is that it used to be considered a poor man's meal because they're so plentiful.
Right.
And it wasn't until they started trying to get them into the interior of the United States where it wasn't so common that people started looking at it as a delicacy. I was actually just reading about that the other day.
Where's my contract? Matt, what's the fuel surcharge? I'm sorry, I'm reading that post now, and I don't believe the statement.
68.7, I think.
I was going to say, I don't believe this statement is true.
Which statement?
The one where that Alexia Richardson said that they round up because of the 0.5, and that's not true.
No,
it stays in that range, period.
Yeah.
Right. Stop it.
Because the increments in the contract are really small.
Right. Oh, look. She asked you the question. Do you know if they round up or not? No.
Oh, okay. I don't think they do they? If
you
look at the contract, it's in like 0.5 increments.
Yeah. I think that person still hasn't read a contract, just saying.
Yeah, Matt, so that one's kind of bizarre to me. The West Coast at Swift, again, Swift has a differential for West Coast fuel. They pick up in the Western states. you get an extra bump because fuel's so much more expensive over there. And it's 14 cents this week. What's the highest we've seen? Didn't it go up to 17 cents at one point?
I think so.
Yeah. So, I get lambasted on Facebook for saying that it's still not as high as it was under Biden. Oh, you Trumpinistas, you mag hats.
Right.
I'm like, well, the numbers don't lie. I just looked up the highest number under Biden was in 2022. And the national average price was like $5.80 something.
Right.
So we're not there yet. Do I think that it might get higher than under Biden? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But the fact is that right now, it is not.
Right.
So
why did it go up under Biden?
Because he canceled all those leases.
And why has it gone up under Trump?
Because we're at war. Oh, wait, no, we're military action.
Fair.
War is war, man. I don't care what the politicians call it.
Jod paid cash for a truck. Is that true? That's weird. I don't believe it.
Is that Jod or is it the other odd?
It could be either one.
Okay.
That's the combination.
Jod. Okay.
Hey, look, a new person. Nocturnalish. Hello, I'm a new lease owner up. Been watching a few of your videos. Been sort of helpful for reminding myself what I need to do to keep on top of things. Yeah, we have our moments. Definitely got our moments. Dang it, Matt. I'll look it up in a minute.
You have your contract up, Charlie?
No, I don't know. Maybe. I'm trying to find it. I got so many things open, it's ridiculous.
I used to have one. I don't have one anymore, I don't think.
I'll pull it up. Give me a second. You carry the conversation, sir.
Because Matt Nissen is demanding, Charlie, that you look it up.
Yeah, I see that. That son of a...
Matt, didn't you post that it was 68 something?
I moved all my folders around too, trying to make things easier to find. Yeah, that worked out great for me. I don't know where I put it. Crap. Oh. Oh my God. The macro said 0.698, but I swear it was 0.689 in the contract. Oh, you know what? It'll be in my phone.
What?
My contract.
Okay.
It'll be in my files there for sure. It's usually not too hard to find. As long as I can find file manager. What the heck?
So the I've got the price 5071.
All right, let's see.
Oh wait, that's last week's. What the hell?
Documents.
There we go. I don't know why I had last week's pulled up. That's weird. So it's 5375.
Good Lord. This is difficult. I have way too many files in here too now.
me search here.
See what this one is. Oh, I found a contract.
Did you?
It's an older one, but none of that will change in it.
Right.
There. What's the number, Jeff?
$5.37.5. So 5375.
So that comes out to 5.37, which is 0.698.
0.698. Okay.
Yep. Matt, you're cross-eyed. Stop it. The big gorilla, the 800-pound one, I don't like them.
Check something here.
Let's see.
Oh, you bastards.
Going back to nocturnalish. Yep. Thanks. I know my obligations now, and I got in touch with ATBS for tax help, so I'm a bit more relaxed. Thank you all. Cool. I'm not a fan of ATBS, but that's cool. An accountant is better than no accountant, I think. I'm wondering what I will owe or get back, if anything, when I file a 1040. I heard that depreciation, you can't take depreciation if you're on a lease.
Correct.
So if you leased a truck, there is no depreciation because a lease is a direct cost. It's like rental, fuel, anything else. It's a cost of doing your business, not an actual equipment purchase until the end.
Yep. And what you'll depreciate is the balloon payment.
Right.
So like I paid off my 2016 total balloon on that was $61,000. I depreciated that over 3.5 years. Yeah.
So I see what you're saying here. Well, ATBS was quick and easy, and I can write off the costs that they charge. Any accountant you could do that with. Any good trucking CPA firm, like we recommend Trucker CFO. They're about the same price throughout the year. When it all is said and done, comes out in a wash, as they say. Careful about making decisions just because you can write it off, because we get a lot of people that say things like, oh, well, I can write it off as a business expense, and they go buy a shiny bumper for $3,000, and what you can write off is $1,000 of that $3,000 bumper, and you still ended up spending $2,000 that did you really need to spend?
Right.
I mean, ultimately, you spent $3,000. You reduced your tax liability by a little bit. So, yeah, just saying.
And that's just making the numbers easy. It's not exact.
Right.
But, yeah. And, yeah, the lease payments themselves, you write those off as a business expense. So you're $6 whatever a week. One of the things that'll confuse a lot of people is the maintenance account money, Charlie.
Right.
Until it's actually spent on maintenance, you still owe tax on that money.
Yep. It is part of your taxable income.
Right. You can only write off what money that you actually spent. So if it's in a holding account somewhere, if it's in a Swift maintenance account or in your own high yield savings account, wherever you have your maintenance account funds, you can only write it off if you spent the money. Otherwise, you owe tax on that.
And yes, Kaz, you write it off, but you can't depreciate it.
Right.
Big difference between the two.
Yep. IEL depreciates it, though, because they own it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I wonder if when someone does pay off, the 80 grand balloon payments, I wonder what they owe in capital gains because of that. Because I'm willing to bet that they depreciate the entire thing.
Yeah, I don't know. See, that's the flip side too. So I depreciated my 2016 all the way down to zero. If I sell that truck for any amount of money, I owe capital gains on that money.
Right.
So in today's market, it might be worth 10 grand with all the stuff I ripped out of it.
Right. couple years ago, my old 1.8 million mile truck, I could have sold for 40 grand, even though I depreciated all $42,000 of it.
Mhm.
And I would have owed capital gains tax on that 40,000.
Right.
Well, not everybody has two maintenance accounts either, Kaz. If they're in an MRP, they have two. And if they're in a standard lease, they don't have that.
Right. I believe I'd have to ask Colton, the trucker CFO, about that. I believe that the compulsory maintenance account that comes with the MRP program, you can tax deduct that because that's money that you spent on a quote warranty.
It's a straight cost.
Right.
It's not in an escrow account you ever get back. Yeah. Well, you can claim depreciation, but you can't do it. I mean, like my old truck is now sitting in my yard and probably will never be sold, to be honest. So, I mean, I did get the benefits of that. It's if you think about what it is and how it works, it actually makes sense. They're trying to actually make it affordable for you to purchase equipment. But when you turn around and sell that equipment at a profit above and beyond what it is typically worth or what you already written off, then that money is in fact, capital gain. I mean, you gained capital by making that sale, and therefore it is taxed as such. I mean,
so in a typical operation like in mine, that 3+ years that I depreciated my truck, that took care of my taxes. I didn't pay any taxes those 3 years. So that saved me $62,000 worth of taxes.
right.
So basically, because of the way it works, if you buy out the truck at the end, I have to brain a little bit here. I've explained this before, Charlie, but so your lease payments, just throw those out. Those
Right.
are just you're renting a truck for 4 years,
Right.
and it's just lost.
The cost
done.
is the same as fuel as anything else.
Right. Now, when you buy the truck out for that, what is it these days? 80 grand or 85 grand,
Yeah, and the new ones, yeah.
right? By the time you depreciate it down to zero, one way of looking at it, and I drive accountants nuts when I say this because they're like, well, that's not necessarily.
Right.
You basically get a free truck,
Right.
right? Because you depreciated it down to zero. So instead of paying taxes, you depreciated that truck, so it's a net zero, right? You didn't pay taxes because you depreciated the truck. You would have owed those taxes. So they cancel each other out. So in my view, you got a free truck. Tricky is coming up with that $85,000.
Right.
That takes discipline. It can be done in 4 years. I see people do it all the time, contrary to what other talk show hosts may say. I actually see people do it all the time. It takes discipline.
Right.
But I could tell you, as someone that has driven a paid-for truck, I made a lot of money for a couple of years. Now, there is this thing that we call midlife maintenance that needs to be done. That will be tens of thousands of dollars. So you've got to put some money away for that.
Especially on these newer trucks.
Right. So like on Chewy, Charlie, you did an in-frame on that truck at what?
$16,000 at right around 1 million miles, and then like 1.2 or 3 million did a transmission for 11.
Okay. But you got another 500,000 miles out of that truck.
Oh yeah, easy. Well, I'm at 1.8, so yeah.
Yeah, so you got another 800,000 miles out of that truck.
And it still runs technically.
So you spent half of your purchase price rebuilding the truck when the time came.
Yep.
And it lasted another 6, 7, 8 years.
Yep.
And that's where people, but you need the warranty. I understand wanting the security of a warranty, but if you plan ahead and you save money driving an older truck is better on the bottom line. Now, we also have to talk though, like Charlie, who was never going to buy a brand new truck.
That's right. Plenty of videos out there saying it.
When we sat down and looked at what his goals were over the next decade, buying a used truck for him, we started questioning what the return on investment was going to be, because he didn't want to be in the truck for another 8 years.
Right.
To get that money back out of the truck. So depending on where you're at in your career, what your goals are, what your risk tolerance is, those are all factors you need to consider.
Right.
Between leasing, purchasing. There's guys that literally, Charlie, buy a brand new truck every 4 years because they want that warranty. And we were just talking about this with Craigio not too long ago. The new Freightliners that are coming out next year, $228,000 for what used to be a $120,000 truck.
Right.
And it has everything to do with all those new emission standards. Trucks are expensive, man. So you got to look at what your return on investment is going to be for the time frame you're looking at.
Hey, sorry, nocturnalish. That's a mouthful to say for some reason. Are you using the Swift insurance and that sort of stuff, or did you go with a Seabright or some other outside source? He's in a 26 Freightliner. You're on the Swift insurance. I would recommend giving Seabright a call just to see what they could drop your price to, because I'm pretty positive that you're paying a lot more for your, 3 or 4 coverages from Swift. And for probably the same amount, you could have a lot more coverage with a lot more bells and whistles that will cover you a whole lot better in the event of something catastrophic. Just saying. If you were to ask, you would end up speaking to someone like Sandy. If you were to ask Sandy, okay, what is the cost per month for my truck? She'll ask you to give her some numbers off your contract. For just the Swift required insurance, you'll find that it's probably $200 or $300 less per month from Seabright, and way better. You guys need to quit blowing up that group. You're making my computer freak out.
Well, Matt just sent a reel, and I'm like, shouldn't you be watching the show, bro?
I know, right? Dang it, Matt. But yeah, so our insurance rate, is down in the 4 point something range. I can't remember what it is right now on your physical damage, whereas Swift is anywhere from, I think it's 6.5 up to just under 7. That's a huge monetary difference. Because
right. What we mean by that is the percentage of value,
right,
that you're going to pay to insure that truck.
Yeah, if you look across the bottom of the screen right now, Nocturnal, there's some information going by there. There'll be a phone number that pops up, and for Seabright, just give them a call. Have your contract in your hand so that you can tell them she's gonna ask you for specific numbers. And
yeah, she'll even tell you which pages of your contract to look
they know
at.
exactly where on the contract, but there it is. 800-366-6466. You can give them a call whenever. Of course, you're not bound to anything unless you decide you want to get it. It doesn't cost you anything to get the quote. So, I mean, might as well look around. And
Just
if
make
you
sure
get Seabright, you don't have to have a Swift camera in your truck to get you in trouble.
Right. So the only people that can't get Seabright at Swift are people that are mentors. So if you're a mentor, then you can't do this.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. My bad. If you're a mentor, forget everything I just said.
So you got to have Swift insurance if you have their employee in your truck.
It's ridiculous. Whatever. We had a policy set up for it, and they're like, no, you have to have ours. Okay.
And the other thing is, when you do call them, make sure you mention Contractor's Corner, because it is a specific group rate.
Right.
He's a mentor.
Oh, never mind. Ignore everything we just said about the insurance. You're screwed. I mean, whatever. Top right corner for important numbers. Yeah. Kaz, a new one up here is one.
But if you're still on the con data card, as we like to call it, we do have a recommendation on a fuel card. You do have to preload it, but it's I'll just tell you right now, I'm sitting in a place. Let's see what it is here. I'll be fair and give you the discount I would get if I fueled up right where I'm at.
And the website scrolling across the bottom right there is where you can go to sign up for this card. And look, we don't say just sign up for this one. We say get as many of these discount fuel cards as you can, so that you can shop the best price every day.
So at this particular stop, the retail price is $5.48. And I would, if I was buying fuel here, it would be for $4.91. So that's a 57-cent per gallon discount that I get on the ES card at this location.
How's that, Narc? You like that? This was totally like dumb luck that they ended up this way. I just generated a thumbnail, and this is how it ended up, and I realized that we could line up on these guys. Just saying. And the shirt even matches for me. That's what makes it even funny. Where you at, Jeff?
Utah, Alabama.
Yeah, just worked out perfect because of where the screen sit. It's great. Totally unintentional. Saw it at the beginning of the show. I was like, oh my God. Oh, how you doing, Narc? We're talking business. I mean, we started out with, weird stories and stuff, and look, we're back into business again. Figure that out. But yeah, so Nocturnal, I haven't taken on any students yet. I'm thinking about not taking on students. I had 3 of them fail. Oh.
So Charlie, we know where the highest price for fuel in the nation is right now, right?
Right.
At that particular location, the retail is $7.88. Now, this is the one down the road, so it's a little less. But at that particular place, I get $2.43 off the pump price. That's pretty good. It's still over $5, which hurts my feelings.
So Cass says 461 at the Loves near you with his 10-4.
Mm-hmm.
Narc is a weird story, and I can say that perfectly fine. He don't want to fight me. I don't want to fight him. We're good. Yeah. Oh, man. He would win anyhow. He's a lot younger than I am. He's like a baby. I don't mean that in a bad way. Stop it. You're always trying to start stuff. What the hell, T-Bone? Why are you trying to start Static, bro? This ain't that kind of channel. We ain't over there. Narc, we were talking about new international with the Scania engine, 12 miles per gallon. Look, I wish we could actually get real Scanias over here, like the whole thing.
That guy's working on it.
Yeah, I would absolutely be willing to try one out. I mean, some people are saying they're gutted or something like that, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm not trying to get up hills fast. I don't care if it takes all day. If I can consistently pull 12s, I'm doing it all day long. You know, good Lord, that would be awesome.
Charlie, you're not doing your job.
Which one?
You haven't rolled commercial yet.
Oh crap, dude! I sat down too early.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. 50 seconds, y'all. 50 seconds. We'll be right back. Check it out. We got to do this thing. You're either running your business like an owner or like an employee. And if you're stuck in that employee mindset, you're leaving money on the table. Company drivers wait for direction. Business owners create opportunities. Company drivers chase miles and just drive. Business owners chase profits and know their numbers. Want to run a real business? Start tracking your numbers. Know your cost per mile and start saying no to bad loads. Drop "I run a business" in the comments if you're done thinking like an employee. If you want to take this mindset shift further, join the Road Warrior Entrepreneurs community at www.rwedrive.com, where we have profit boosting strategies, coaching calls, and real road warriors winning together. Jeff's not there. Doesn't matter if they're gutted, they still outperform. Yeah, the inline sixes, right? Wow. You could buy one in Canada, V8 Scania. Oh, another one didn't want to be over the road after 1 week of this restrict. Yeah. So nocturnal. I trained for, I want to say 8 years or so. Jeff's waving his arms. That's hilarious. I trained for like 7 or 8 years, something like that. Jeff trained for like 37.
13.
Yeah, same thing. I get the reason I trained was strictly, and it really was because I truly like teaching. I like getting people good starts, and I only had one student in all that time that I put off my truck, and every one of my students completed training except for that one. They didn't all stay with Swift right after they were cleared, but all of them finished their training. There's a lot of mindset stuff in it, and if you're training strictly for the money, I think that's a mistake. There's a saying, money follows good mentors. Good mentors don't chase the money. And we've seen it time and time again that way. It's up to you. I'm not going to try and talk you out of it. I do know that a solo contractor right now working the load board the proper way, as a solo, and paying for fuel the way that we teach people, and having the insurance that we talk about, and those sort of things, would outperform the mentor money with less maintenance problems. I'm pretty comfortable saying that.
Yeah, I actually agonized over stopping mentoring because my whole business model was based on that, Charlie.
Right.
You remember we had a lot of late night discussions about that.
Oh yeah.
I was just burned out on it. I was the same way. What I really loved was taking a guy that had been out of work for a while and getting him in the seat and making money. That's what I loved about it. But I got burned out.
Yep.
And what I found when I quit mentoring was it didn't really hit my bottom line all that bad.
That's
a couple $100. Because when you figure all the maintenance headaches you've got because of the way students drive when they're learning,
the crappy fuel mileage,
especially back when we had the 10 speeds, right?
Right.
The drop in fuel mileage, all that stuff. It just really, and the fact that I didn't hard team all the time like some of these guys do, right? So I don't know. It didn't hurt my bottom line nearly as much as I thought it would when I quit mentoring.
And Tim, that's not necessarily true. I mean, the over mileage is only 9 cents, and if you're planning on buying the truck at the end, it's just money in the bank.
Yeah.
It's not I never even saw it as a problem, to be honest. I used to do 5,000-6,000 miles a week regular as a mentor. And I definitely back then definitely had the benefit of those miles because, I got all the miles. Back then we literally got everything and it didn't cost hardly nothing. And we didn't have to pay for students or anything else and all this other crazy stuff that started getting talked about. We actually got bonuses off of them. There's a lot. I think the program now is different. The bonus system is odd. I don't know what it is anymore. And I'm not particularly too concerned about it personally because it's just not in my bag of tricks anymore. Power to those of you who are mentors and good mentors. I am glad that there are some of you out there. Me personally, people like, Mike Henderson, Bob McDowell. These are people that I think are fabulous trainers. Right. We had a couple of really good ones out of Troutdale that have since retired, which is it's kind of sad because they were really good. What was that one guy's name, Jeff? Do you remember? He had like 4 million miles, 3 million miles way back when. And he was a contractor too, on top of everything else. And he was just a really good mentor.
Yep.
That guy was good. He was one of those people that I looked at and went, man, I like talking to this guy, and I would learn stuff from him to help teach other students that I was training.
I'm trying to remember his name. He owned his truck too.
Yeah. I can't remember it.
He would like go out with the student, get him done, and then go home for a month.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It would drive the Troutdale guys nuts because he was like, well, what are you going to do? Fire me? I own my truck. Felt like I'm falling behind on payments here.
Ida says she sees mentors as being far more valuable than teams. Yeah, Joel, I don't know. Grumpy Pants, yes. Brian Laughlin. Stop it. You're gonna get me in trouble. She's trying to start stuff. That's what she's doing. Yeah, we call Brian Laughlin Grumpy Pants, Rosie and I. He always looks pissed off. Whether he is or not, it's just he's just very dry and just kind of and when you look at him, he looks pissed off. He's got 3 million miles. He just got his 3 a couple months ago, which is pretty cool. Yeah. I may have peeked in his million mile box. That sounded disgusting, but you know what I mean. He was laying in the office and I'm like, oh, look at this. Somebody got 1 million miles. Oh, look, it's for Brian Laughlin. Whatever. Fancy pants. I'm never going to hit 2.
Yes,
they say I'm still, dude. You remember way back when, right? After I got my 1 million, they're like, yeah, you're actually over, but we didn't start the program till after you were past that point. And they were telling me like 1.3 then.
Yeah.
You know what they told me 2 weeks ago when I went in the office?
1.4.
1.3.
Wow.
I'm like, seriously, how are you? Whatever. I don't care. I really wanted to get Rosie 1 million. We're not going to do that either because hers hasn't changed either for some reason.
That's a little weird.
Whatever.
I get that people care about how many miles I've driven and all that stuff.
Right. I think it's neat.
I just never cared for myself though. You know what I mean? Right. I was actually when I got my 1 million mile thing, I was like, oh, thank you.
I think you got yours the same way I got mine, where you didn't get the students credit.
Right.
And then shortly after us, they started giving mentors like half the miles that the students drove while on their trucks.
Yep. And
I was like, well, roll mine back, because I literally would not drive just so the students could get all of their driving in. Right. Mm-hmm. So it looked like I was a slacker if you looked at the mileage per year, but yeah, you look at the truck. Yeah. Good God. Whatever.
Yep.
Whatever. I bought a truck with 490,000 miles on it, and I retired it with 1.8 million, just that by itself. Had a 680 after that, a 660 after that I ran for a bit. Yeah, I'm just saying it's a lot of miles. I
Yep.
honestly don't run a lot of miles every month now, though. Rosie and I, we just don't. We work 3 or 4 days a week, you know. Let's see. Fully explained it before we left, and he still forgot. It was my fault. Kept reminding them when dispatched on a very tight schedule. That's why I'm considering giving it mentorship. Yeah. He's had one successful student. Only had 4. The one who was aggressive and also failed to lock his tandem before leaving the shipper. Good Lord. With an empty, had to have him slowly stop before. That scares you, man. I kind of like these air release tandems now. Because when you
Yep.
push in the red button, it sets the pins, and so the first hole it hits, it locks. Typically, I remember a couple times in the past where I pulled the handle and forgot to lock it. And the first time you hit the brakes, it's like bang. You're like, oh, what
Yep.
happened? I mean, it happens, you know. Yeah, exactly, Kaz. So that's how I finished up my mentoring career was basically super soloing. I would get up super early, you know, like 3 or 4 in the morning. I'd get my pre-trip done and I'd head down the road, and I would literally drive until they just decided to wake up. I tell them, you want to get up and drive and get your hours, then set an alarm.
Yep.
My job is not to babysit or wake you up. I'm not your valet. You know, if you want to get your hours done, get them done. I'm going to get the miles we need for the day,
Yep.
one way or the other. And we were doing 900 miles a day, and we were still parked for 8 hours every day. So
Yep.
tell me what's wrong with that. I'm just saying, you know, and I was getting paid for all the miles. Okay. You know, and back then I typically ran the student from start to finish without going home, you know, back when I was actually really trucking, right?
Yep.
And so I mean, I would go home and definitely take at least a week off. Most times would be 2 weeks, because I needed a break. I didn't want to choke people. Yeah,
Oh, come on, man.
you know, apparently it's bad. Nocturnal said, I wanted to because I have very good backing skills and was thinking I could help Swift clear up their name. That's a valiant effort, but it's more than just that. I'm sure you've seen now. So, I mean, you know, just make your decision appropriately. Like I said, I'm going to try and talk you in or out of it. We need trainers. And I know a lot of good ones. I had a conversation with our VP back in the day. My wife turned out to be my last student. She wasn't going to be. I was actually going to, you know, take her out on the road for a month, and then, you know, let her hang out at the house for a month and take a student, and then, you know, keep swapping back and forth. That would give me a break from training. Again,
Right.
I really like teaching, but doing them back to back to back to back to back, that I was not okay with that. And then they started pushing the team thing, which is not necessarily the push now, but back then it was rough, and they didn't like it. And I told them, pound sand, bro, I'm out. I said, you know, do you want to be a training company or a team company? They're like, we need to team with these students. And I'm like, yeah, that's not the right answer. And I quit. I told them, well, this is my last student. I don't. I forgot to let you back in. My bad.
Yeah, she was in by the door.
You're such a good girl. Sorry. But yeah, so I mean, you got to make a decision. Like I said, you know, we're sharing our thoughts. Again, not trying to sway you either way. So, you know, do what you got to do, man. And it's all good. But yeah, you know, we got guys that are on the percentage load board right now, and I think you can be on percentage and mentor.
Can you?
That's my understanding. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean, you could really make a killing there, I think, if you played it right. But again, you know, what's the cost? The wear and tear, the peace of mind, the soul gutting, everything, the fear. I mean, look, you know, I was not a good sleeper at the end of my training run, so I run a lot of miles from the Tros. That's funny. Western Express is the worst company. Now Swift hasn't been bad in years. I just said you can't teach backing. I think you can.
Bitcoin John.
Bitcoin. What's up, brother?
Good to see you, man.
Minute. Hardly ever see you on the live. Appreciate you. Been a while. You know what's funny is I don't actually think I could teach backing now, Jeff. Because now I back by Jedi mind control, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most times now I'm not picking a spot. I'm literally looking out the mirror and out the window and go, oh, that looks like a good spot. And I can usually adjust for whatever happens from that point forward.
You know what I did today, Charlie?
Uh-huh.
I found a forestall row that was clear. I came up, I went out, and I swung over, and I said, that's the one I'm going for. Because that's the one my trailer's pointed at.
Exactly. I do that a lot, too. I like it that way. And sometimes my people at the Target, they'll be like, just pick a spot and let us know where you dropped it. I'm like, okay. And I will look for those 3 or 4 spots.
Yep.
And I like to do speed runs on those.
Yeah.
So wherever I land is the one. Exactly.
I actually, not on purpose, but the other day I backed into a spot in R2. I was like, this is going awful fast. I looked down at my dash, it's on R2, and I'm like, crap.
So I've noticed a lot lately that mine's jumping to R2 when I set up to back, and I don't understand why it makes that decision.
So for me, I was empty at the time, so I think it had something to do with that. I deadheaded like 300 miles.
Huh.
So the computer probably figured, oh, he's empty. You know?
Yeah, no, because most of the time that I'm actually worried about it, I'm loaded backing into a dock, trying not to slam the building over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I look down, I'm like, God, why am I in R2 again? Dang it. Because I like just letting it roll, man, at the little idle creep speed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, ease it in. I mean, half the time I don't even know I'm on the rubber pushing the cushion.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? That sounded cool.
Oh, hey, I'll say something too, because today was another one of those days for me, Charlie. I told you about it already. So I get to my customer this morning, and it's a building, and there's nobody there. So I don't know if I've explained this, but I do expedited freight, and when there isn't expedited freight, or if I'm trying to go someplace specific, I'll pick up brokered loads, usually a C.H. Robbins or something. You guys think it's hard dealing with Swift when you don't have all the information? Try having to call the carrier, who then has to call the broker, who then has to call the customer, who then calls the broker back, who then calls Panther back, who then calls me back.
Right.
Because they won't give me C.H. Robbins' number. And there's actually a reason for that, because it's not always the same broker.
Right.
Right. So it wouldn't do me any good to have their main number or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, boy, this was interesting. So I decided to get all proactive this morning, because I'm sitting there in Narlands in one of those streets by the frickin' out by the bay, out by Lake Pontchartrain.
Yep.
Like I could see the water.
Above
So you know those roads are just wide enough for two trucks to pass each other and almost not touch mirrors.
Right.
You know? So I'm like, well, let's look on Google under the company name, which gave me the main number to that company in New Orleans. Here's what it ended up being, Charlie. It was one of their warehouses, but it's an unmanned warehouse.
Oh.
And didn't the broker tell you to call us when you got there so we could send somebody out there to load you?
Of course not.
No. So then the guy comes out. I've got the address. I got the bill of lading number, but you know what I don't have, Charlie? The proper pickup number.
Right. Of course.
The dude's looking at the bill of lading saying, yep, it's 11 pieces. It's 44,000 pounds. It's going to this address. And there's the bill of lading number, but I need a pickup number.
Right. I hate that crap. You know what I mean? They know it's the right thing. You know it's the right thing, but they ain't letting it go.
No.
God. You know, and if it goes long enough, you know, depending on their contract, they get to, you know, get half the price of the freight cost, right? You know, I mean, I get it, whatever. You know, we get in these weird discussions sometimes.
Kaz, you're assuming that I have the C.H. Robinson load ID, though. I do not. That is not on my dispatch.
Right. Got to remember, Kaz, he drives for Prime.
Panther.
Not Prime. Panther. You know, the other P.
Interesting thing, though, happened on the way to work today.
Hey.
I'll be here all week. So somehow I ended up in this Prime group. It says Prime owner operators on it. Somehow I end up in it. I don't even remember requesting access to it, but I started getting notifications on my Facebooks about it. And they're talking about their fuel discount, Charlie.
Yeah.
And we know a few guys that have gone to Prime, and it's a pretty good carrier. You know, people make money over there. We feel like it's kind of cultish a little bit because if you talk to a Prime driver, they're all like, come to Prime. Prime is great. Prime is God. You know, all that stuff. So they're talking about their fuel prices, and I'm looking at what I'm paying for fuel at the same stations, and they're paying 30 cents a gallon more than I am right now. Now, some of that's got to be the spread every single day of the prices going up, I figure, because we've seen this on the ES card before where it lags, and so it'll go boom and then shrink, boom and then shrink. But still, they're talking about how great their fuel prices are, and I'm just not saying nothing, man. It's like, well, if that does it for you, I mean, it's still better than 99-cent fuel.
Yes. And DJ keeps getting Trans Am videos in his suggestions for some reason.
Does he?
I'm just saying, I don't know, man. Maybe you should beware of the channels you're watching, bro.
Oh, and I saw a funny one on my certain Facebook group, Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's tired of getting ripped off, so he's going to work for them Russians up in Chicago.
There you go.
Because they said they'll do him right. And I'm like, well, you thought you were getting ripped off at Swift because that's where he was coming from? Buckle up.
Right? When you're 2 weeks in and 4 loads deep, and they're going, yeah, it was just a bookkeeping error. Hold on. And then they block your calls. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's not 100%. The Russians get a bad rap. I have friends that are, I mean, let's be real, the car haulers. They do really good.
Those guys kill it.
Yeah, they do. But I told the guy, maybe you got lucky. I don't know. But that's not the reputation, especially in Chicagoland.
Hey, Nocturnal-ish. Going to sleep now does not jive with your name, bro. Or broette. I don't know. I don't even know, whatever. I'm just assuming gender. Not that I care, because you know what?
Hey, Charlie, now that we have gay Klingons, I highly suggest that you stop trying to misgender people.
You know what? No, absolutely not. You know what? I call everybody buddy. Hey, buddy, how you doing? And when you yell at me and you start saying, I'm not your buddy, I'm a ma'am. No, you lost the ability to talk to me on the phone ever again. Bye.
Oh, I saw a funny one today.
God.
So I'm trolling the Star Trek Academy Facebook groups, right? And someone actually says it. Y'all should watch the Orville. It's more Star Trek than Star Trek. Now, you've watched enough of the Orville to know where I'm going to go with this. So if you haven't watched the Orville yet, one of the things with Star Trek Academy is a bunch of MAGA types. It's too woke and rah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. In the Orville, that this guy is saying is more Trek than Trek, they have an entire race that's just male. And it's the analog of the Klingons.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And when they get divorced, they have to stab one in the heart and kill them.
Yes.
Just saying. Good times. Oh,
I don't know. That whole everything is woke thing.
right. Hey, look, man. Just let people live. Just don't push your crap on me. I ain't pushing my crap on you.
Or here's an idea, and I've made this point to several of the haters on several TV shows. First of all, it's fiction, so stop taking it so seriously. You know, there's people like me, and I don't know Tim well enough to say this, but my guess, based on some of his activities, he's probably a fanboy like I am. So really into the lore and all that stuff. But
Right.
still, it's fiction, man. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Right.
That's the solution.
Hey, Nocturnalish. Hey, you have a good night. Appreciate you coming by. Glad you've seen some of the stuff. Hopefully we've been of some help or not created too many extra questions. If we did create more questions, hey, don't worry. You can hit us up on Facebooks. You can put comments down here after the show is over. If you come back and check it out later, something like that, you can go through all of our videos. Most of our content is live. We've got a lot of recorded stuff that are like tips, tricks, things like that, and ways to purchase fuel and understanding different things. I recommend you subscribe so you know when we are live. But we are live almost every Tuesday at 6 p.m. We will have a live every single week, as we have for the last 4 years plus.
And if you do have more questions for us, interesting thing about Charlie and I, we actually use our real names on Facebook.
Right.
So we're pretty easy to find.
Yep. You can hit me up at Charlie Mayan.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Jeffrey Morton. Jeffrey.
Just like that on Facebook, you'll find me. So, you know, it's all good. Let's see. Daredevil. Oh, that's one of Tim's favorite shows. Said coming back in tonight.
Oh, there's a new Daredevil, right? Yeah, there is, isn't there? Huh. If I wasn't so tired, I'd probably check it out.
Right. Oh, okay. I was on there a couple weeks ago. Somebody over there was yelling at me. It was funny. He heard about us on Fly Rabbit's channel, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, you know, Chris, you can pound sand, bro. Just saying. I love you though, man. I do have a problem calling people back on the phone.
Well, to be fair, you get more calls than I do.
I get a lot.
I don't know what it is. People assume I'm busy, or maybe because I'm not as larger than life as Charlie is, or something.
I think sometimes what it is they know that they can call with a simple question, and I will talk for the next 3 hours solid.
Okay.
And keep them awake.
You know, the only real reason I called you earlier was to help keep me awake.
And then I shorted you. I apologize, brother.
Yeah, you did.
Had to get stuff done, man.
If I killed Grandma, it was going to be your fault.
Well, you know, I'll take that. Yeah, good to meet you, man. And hope to see you again. Jeff, people probably think you're really busy because you're expedited. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's halfway
Only
true.
He really was.
So Charlie can attest to this. I'm either really busy or I'm sitting around doing nothing.
Right.
Basically.
Like
I said, the last 4 days I've been sick. So I was really grateful that I didn't have anything to do, because I did something bad, Charlie. I got some NyQuil.
Oh.
And I downed a bunch of NyQuil and just went to bed.
Good God. Dune 3 is coming out, a new Harry Potter TV show.
Is that coming out tomorrow?
So I'm going to piss some people off.
John Lithgow's in that one, man. Okay, go ahead.
I was never a big fan of Dune.
I read the novel Dune when I was 14.
Right.
And yeah, I've been into the books ever since. There's not a There hasn't been a single adaptation on screen that I
Right.
didn't have something to complain about.
Want to say hi? Gotta get closer. Hi. You gotta get closer.
Hi.
Speak like you have testicles.
Hi.
There you go. I talk to him that way. It's true. This is my middle grandchild, Jordan. We love him. He loves me. Sometimes he tells me. He is the definition of middle child. It's awesome. All right, get out of here. I love you, little Pokemon catcher. I was going to call him something horrible right there. Oh, jeez.
You won't get any argument from me on that one, Cass. I just actually found out, Charlie, you're not interested in this, but I just found out that Brian Herbert has finished the Dune series. Apparently there's 2 more books that I wasn't aware of because I don't pay that much attention these days. But he actually finished Frank's work. I was aware that, and this is kind of interesting, Charlie, even though you're not into the books. So you know what an epic sci-fi series this really is for hardcore sci-fi fans. So Frank died before he finished the story.
Right.
And nobody knew how it was supposed to end until about a decade ago when his son, the family lawyer, came to him and said, hey, there's this safety deposit box up in Seattle. We don't know what's in it.
Oh, crap.
But you're the heir to the estate. Go see what's in there. And it was Frank's notes on the last 2 books on how he wanted to finish it. And I guess they finished that up finally. So I'm excited about that.
That's a very cool part of it. They are very slow moving. Like the very first one just killed it for me because of how slow it was. I get that people love the books, but everybody who knows me knows I am not a book reader because I read a paragraph and have to start the paragraph over again because I don't retain what I read.
Well, the audio for Dune is like 30 hours long.
Right. I can absolutely see that too. It's a trip. He wants ice cream. He probably does. He probably got some. He had chocolate all over his face.
I want ice cream.
Luckily, he didn't see the Reese's Pieces on my desk. Just saying.
Look, it's baby Charlie.
Yeah. I love that kid. That kid hated me. He used to hate me.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that with him in the room.
Oh no, yeah. He used to hate me. It's funny. He would tell Rosie, I love you, Grams. And he would look at me like this. But I don't love you. Like legit. I thought he was going to kill me in my sleep at one point. I just kept chipping away at that kid. I told him, well, I don't care if you love me or not, because I love you enough for both of us. It was just a weird thing. I wasn't there at the very beginning because he was out in Oregon. We were out here in Florida, and yeah, it was a trip.
Yeah, Tim, the one that really has me torqued off right now is the Bobiverse series. Because the last book ended on a cliffhanger. And that dude takes forever to write a book. Ugh. I never really got into Game of Thrones. So
I like the show. I'm not going to lie. I don't care. Who knows? I don't care if you like it or not. How's that? I'll take that and put it in your pipe, smoke it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Let me click on a button. Hopefully it doesn't make noise.
Oh, so, weird stuff that I've observed, because I follow a lot of creators these days, just observing how they do things. And, in today's climate, Charlie, you have to be careful what you say.
Right.
Because you could be canceled. Like YouTube, certain words will trigger YouTube to demonetize you. So they've started saying this. P3 file.
Right.
And it took me forever to figure out what the heck the guys were saying.
What was that? You were telling me a story the other day about the changing. Oh, the teacher.
Oh yeah,
and the word experiment.
Yeah, that she. So I've been fact checking things. I actually built an AI to fact check for me. I sent it out, and it looks at not just news agencies but also academic research papers and things like that. So it's a really good, robust AI to research fact checking. So there's this teacher in Texas that got fired because there's an 18-second clip of her basically defending P3 files. Okay? 18-second clip. When I researched the full story, though, what it was a debate setting, and she was talking about what if you were not allowed to say certain words. What if you could not say that word? And therefore you had to call them, because of political correctness, you had to call them, I think she called it maps. And those of you that know what that means, know what that means. I think it's bullshit, so I'm not going to repeat what they say it means.
Right.
It's actually a legitimate term among certain people. But the whole point of her lecture was, what if we couldn't call a spade a spade?
Right.
Well, based on that 18-second clip, though, the parents in Texas, of course, it's Texas. Boy, they got the pitchforks out and the torches, and this woman's life was basically ruined.
Right.
Context, people. Context is so important right now.
For real.
You know, if you're on the Facebooks as much as I am, you see all sorts of allegations. This Democrat, that Republican, this person, this religious person, that religious person, whatever. Yeah, PDF file on YouTube. Yep, I've heard that one.
That's a good one. I had
I
not
like
heard
that
that.
one. It rolls off the tongue a little better.
Clearly, I haven't been watching DJ stuff. I apologize, sir.
But you know, context, folks. I'll go ahead and say it, Charlie. I don't care if I'm going to offend half our audience right now. I know that.
It doesn't matter either way.
You know, this whole Epstein file thing. We need to prosecute these people. Everybody that's in the files.
Right.
Dude, there are literally pizza delivery guys in the files because their name was mentioned, that they delivered a pizza to a dude's house on January 1st, 1998.
Right. And I am not a fan of Whoopi Goldberg. Not as of today. I liked Whoopi back in the day when she was actually still a comic, but she's mentioned in the files one time because someone was talking about her and wanting to get her off of TV. Yeah. But she's in the files. Let's prosecute her for something.
Yeah. Context, folks. And I have another theory, because I'm a little upset, Charlie, frankly, and you and I have talked about this. I am actually upset with the current Department of Justice because there hasn't been indictments. But I'm wondering, is it because they're being careful? They don't want the whole he got off on a technicality thing to happen. Because these are bad people, man. DJ, water is wet too. You know that?
Wow. So Steve Given, with the ever-increasing diesel prices, does Hirschbach's 99-cent fuel, is it a good deal? I still don't think it is. How's that? I'll say it out loud.
How much more money did you make last week than you put in your tanks, Charlie?
Well, the other week that I checked, it was $260 more.
Right. So with a good fuel surcharge, mine isn't quite as good as Swiss. I've noticed, Charlie, that mine lags yours by about a penny.
Right.
In a given week. So not quite as good. A penny is not anything to sneeze at, really. It's still money. But even getting mediocre fuel mileage out of my custom Western Star.
You got it. Good job.
I'm still below that 99 cents a gallon for fuel. So, 99 cents, that's a gimmick. So here's what's really happening there. They're taking that full surcharge. You don't get a surcharge when you're getting the 99-cent fuel.
And their negotiated fuel discount.
Hirschbach is taking the surcharge. So they're making that Charlie's $200 and some odd. They're making that. Is it shady, Charlie? I actually don't think so. It's in the contract. If you agree to it, you agree to it. However, Hirschbach also has, or at least had, I don't know if they got away from it, But remember, they had two contracts. There was the 99-cent fuel contract, and then there was the fuel surcharge contract.
Yeah, there was a dude over on Narc's channel. I think it was Trip. DJ, you might be able to correct me. He actually was coming out and saying how ridiculous Jason Pote and not Trucker Tim, the other Tim, how ridiculous they sounded because, I did a huge comparison of their fuel surcharge and that versus Swift's fuel surcharge and the 99-cent fuel. And I showed them how, it was like $30,000 of difference from theirs versus mine. And I'm like, look, I'm getting paid to put fuel in my truck. I don't know what's wrong with you. But he was like, he ran their numbers and said, if you had been on Hirschbach's surcharge at the time, you actually would have done better.
Yep.
So, and their surcharge is not a good surcharge program, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
Hey.
Kaz is talking about you can't charge them federally because most of them are not federal charges. I don't know about that because we're dealing with human trafficking across state lines. And if you partake in that, I think there's a case to be made.
Right.
Not a lawyer, just putting that out there. I definitely have feelings on anybody that does those things. You see that Idaho, there's a law pending in their legislature to give the death penalty to PDF files. Firing squad.
I ain't mad. Yep. I ain't mad. Kaz, fuel discount is a sore subject. So I thought the same thing for a very long time. That's how we ended up with our own fuel card. But if you look at it from a business standpoint, as a business owner yourself, if you were fronting the cost for all of your drivers buying fuel, you were floating them and paying for that fuel, whether they made money or not that week, and allowing them to go several weeks, right? Can you knock them for taking it? No. Just like we don't knock people for getting their own fuel card and getting the same discounts that the major carriers get in other means. So, it's just a matter of having to manage things better.
We are aware of a small fleet owner at Swift that has his guys on a 1099 and they pay for fuel. He mandates that they use the ES card.
Yeah.
And he keeps the discount. Now, I would never do that to my guys if I had employees, personally. But it's his business. There's nothing illegal about it.
Back when I had my little fleet, I paid my guys 80%. I paid out 80% of the truck. With that, I was still on ComData. So those guys knew if they wanted to make more money, make better fuel choices, drive slower, take better care of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. And I had one guy, I told stories, I don't know how many times, had a dude literally drove 53 miles an hour across the U.S., coast to coast, did not care. But hey, on that, we're going to end this a little bit early. Jeff needs a nap. He's killing me over here. He's making me tired. So yeah, if you're checking this out on the replay, definitely go down and hit some comments down there for us. If you got questions or anything like that, tell us one of your weird stories, weird encounters, like the weird thing that Jeff says, weird things that we encounter, like, while climbing out of your truck, you happen to fart. And as you're climbing down, you're questioning the quality of that fart, number one. And two, you have climbed into your own cloud. There you go. Just saying. Sorry, Kaz. We only got like 5 minutes anyhow. But Jeff, take us out, sleepy man.
All right, keep that. Man,
you need to start trucking.
Keep that rubber side down, guys. And remember, with no action, there's no traction. Get after it.
Right. And remember, guys, no one out here looking after us but us. And so look after each other. Help each other out. Don't just laugh and point. Be helpful. All right. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, like most weeks. And come check out our stuff, and we will catch you then.